left-click on the File menu, and create a new document. Making sure you are working to the desired size, type in the dimensions within these boxes. For print, always set documents to a resolution of 300 dpi, and make sure the color space is CMYK. Once you are happy with the dimensions, the resolution is set correctly, and the color space is set to what is needed, go up to OK and your document will be created to those specifications. Left-click and hold down within the rulers and drag down to create a guide. The horizontal rulers create horizontal guides, and the vertical rulers create vertical guides. Do this throughout the document, marking out the finished size with these guides. With the image imported as what Photoshop recognizes as a smart object, we now need to rotate it 90 degrees anti-clockwise. Now, we need to expand the canvas 5 mm around all of the edges. Unlike in other programs, Photoshop asks for the overall amount you would like to expand. For example, if you would like 10 mm added around all of the edges, you would type in 20 mm in the width, and 20 mm in the box labeled height. Meaning 10 mm will be added equally to both sides, provided the reference point was in the middle of the 9-point grid space on the dialog box. Once the scaling of the image has extended beyond the guides marking out the final page size and into the bleed area, press Enter to accept the changes. At this point, we will be adding the further 5 mm bleed for the tick marks. These will be showing where the printed document needs to be cut. Once all the relevant settings have been applied and you're happy, apply the final changes by going up to the OK button. It is always good practice to mark everything out and keep consistency throughout the document and artwork. So to ensure this, it would be good practice to drag further guides to the final edges of bleed edge, allowing us to draw the tick marks a lot more accurately. A good tip at this point to bear in mind is as follows. If you want to make sure your lines are straight and there's no slight angle appearing, simply hold down the Shift key whilst drawing the line and it will only draw either horizontally or vertically. You can quickly toggle the guides on and off to make sure the tick marks are visible. Very often, if they are not, it can be down to one of four things. Firstly, the default color may be set to white, in which case, the lines are there, they are simply the same color as the page. Second, third and fourth are to do with the highlighted vector layer properties that will be covered in another tutorial. And now, using the navigation tool, we can easily move around the document to the next corner and create the tick marks needed there at all four corners. By double-clicking on a layer, you enter into the layer properties. For this exercise, we will only want to create what is called a stroke around our tick marks, making sure they are clearly seen by the printer or whoever next handle the artwork. By left-clicking within the Layers palette, but not necessarily clicking on a layer, it deselects everything, making sure nothing goes adrift.